So boxing, obviously I'm here. I'm always reporting. I'm always giving you the juice. But I thought, let me switch up today. Let me give you a little analysis. Let me give you that little bit of that boxing brain. Let me use the boxing IQ and show you what I got. But now I'm joking for real. Let's get into it though. Khallas Karim versus Pro Boxer. We know they did fight before on WickedNBad 3. It was nothing short of a great spectacle. 5 rounds, 2 minutes they done, and it was a draw. Which led me to think, you know what? This match, we know someone's due to get stopped. It's 10 rounds of 2 minutes. They're getting double dosage. So the crowd, you lot are getting double dosage of what you got last time on WickedNBad 4. It's going to be live on Sunday. Remember to purchase your pay-per-view. $5.99. Android users, there's an access link there for you as well. Just make sure you check the link. And let's get it cracking, man. Let's go straight into it. But here today, I'm going to bring you analysis and a breakdown of their methods of victory. What will bring them the victory. What they need to do to win for both sides. For Khallas Karim and Pro Boxer. But yeah, let's get straight into it, man. Let's go. It's your boy King Soul Boxing. Boom! So boom, we're going to obviously bring the methods of victory of how they will obtain their victory. So I'm going to give 3 points for both fighters, Khallas Karim and Pro Boxer. This is using my boxing IQ and obviously what I know in the industry and the boxing game. So I'm going to bring it to you. Obviously, fans, this is to help you as well gain an understanding of, a little insight into what needs to be looked for, the technical terms and what's behind it and what will, aid them to their victory. So no, it's going to be nothing too technical. I'm going to keep it simple. Any terms that's confusing, just let us know in the comments and I'll explain it in more further detail. But yeah, for Khallas Karim, his feints in the first match, they were very, very useful. The feints kept Pro Boxer hesitant. It made him think and it didn't allow him to launch his attacks as Pro Boxer would. You see at one point, Pro Boxer was throwing the feints and that in the first round. But after the first round, when Khallas started using feints, it stopped Pro Boxer from throwing it, made him hesitate, even made him, not let go of his shots that he needs to. So that's a method of victory for that Khallas Karim can use. That's what he will need to do. Another thing he needs to do, which was what he done in the first match, which I saw significant backhand, his rear hand, his left hand because he's southpaw. He was using it as a lead hand. What I mean by that is he kept throwing it consistently. They usually say your jab wins you the fight. That's the lead hand, whether it's southpaw or orthodox. The hand that's further in front is what would, control the tempo of the fight, control the distance. We saw Khallas Karim using it with his backhand, consistently throwing the rear hand in combos with the combinations. I remember him throwing a few uppercuts to the body, uppercuts, hooks, and it caught Pro Boxer a few times. Even the backhand uppercut to the body, he led to the success in the 4th round where he stunned Pro Boxer, and that whole altercation continued and them lot were going at it, and then Pro Boxer stumbled him, but the rope saved Khallas Karim. But it was the use of the backhand, the consistent use of it, that assisted and aided Khallas Karim, I would say. Also, his combinations. When he started throwing in combinations, first round was a bit, just taking his time, feeding it, pouring up the jab. Both opponents, you're gauging your opponent in the first round. But as Khallas started throwing his combinations, he throws in bunches. It really does work. He does throw some swooping over the hands as well. And in the beginning, Pro Boxer weren't lowering his level. You can't, when you're on the inside and that, you can't stay too high. Especially with your chin tucked in the air. Not saying Pro Boxer's chin was in the air. In the beginning, he started to bring it lower as it did. But that is a susceptible shot. So if he's throwing in combinations and he's on the inside, he works on the inside. That's what Khallas Karim does. He works on the inside. You see it. Watch the video. Also as well, the combinations he was throwing, the rear uppercuts were causing serious problems. So even as I was saying before, in the point before, he was using the backhand as a lead hand. Is with a combination. So he would use the feint to get in and then throw the uppercut, throw the hook. Sometimes he threw 2 shots with the same hand. So uppercut then a hook. But it was working to success. So that was a positive thing for Khallas Karim. So I feel he needs to do that. I feel the main effective point is that he needs to work with the feints as he did in the first round. When he works with that feint, it can cause serious problems. Any man from the greatest, they would use the feints. The Alis, the Foremans. We can bring it down to the Tyson Furys. You can bring it down to whatever you want. The Lomachenkos, the Vasilis. Usyk. Even Mayweather, they would use the feints. They would use it. It just keeps your opponent off. It keeps your opponent won't be able to read you, and it helps you to find your way on the inside to work. And that's what Khallas Karim needs to do. He needs to get on the inside. As we saw what he was doing before in WickedNBad 3, in the first match, he was just working his way on the inside, and it was good. And it was working to his advantage. So it was definitely a good thing. But that's what Khallas Karim needs to do. Those are the key methods to victory for me. And I feel he needs to do. So for me, I feel Pro Boxer needs to do his key methods to victory. I feel he needs to let body shots go. In the first round, in the first match, he was aiming for the head, I heard Coach Wallace saying jab to the chest, jab to the chest. I saw him trying to do that as well, which was good. So I feel that he does need to use. I feel he does need to use his jab. Different tempos, different variations. It will keep Karim at bay. Mix up to the head, mix up to the body, mix up to the chest. Use feints as well. So it will stop Khallas Karim coming with the inside work. So even when he's popping his jab, just little half step back, half step left to the right, half step to the right. It doesn't always have to be going forward. I feel like people when we watch boxing, we thought always forward foot fighting, it works. But you see the technical boxers and the most gifted boxers, there's any direction they're going, they're flowing with it. It doesn't matter. You see Mayweather, you see Lomachenko. It doesn't always have to be on the front foot. You see Guillermo Rigondeaux, excellent Cuban boxer. Any direction, it doesn't matter. He flows with it. So if pro boxer can do that, he'll keep Khallas Karim at bay, to be honest. And even then, into my next point, if he keeps it long, pro boxer's got long arms. He's got very long arms, a good range. And he's using the range well in the beginning. I saw it in the first round. He doesn't always need to step in on his shots. So as I was saying before, the half step backwards, half step to the side, it will just still give him control in the ring, give him control of that center. And then obviously, whilst he's doing that, it will allow Karim, to try and make his way on the inside. And then he can catch him with the short uppercuts, short hooks, tap hooks, tap it to the head. And then when Khallas is stepping in, tap it to the head, tap it to the body. He can mix up the variations. It doesn't always have to be, everything that has to be forward foot. So if he can get that correct, he can mix up the variations. And then obviously Khallas won't always step in as much because he won't know what's come to hit him. Obviously that's provided pro boxer does land on him with certain shots, which I feel he will do, even if it wears down to the later rounds. Another method for victory, I feel pro boxer can do. I believe, honestly, no bias, but I do believe pro boxer's got the better tank, as in more stamina, endurance, and obviously his Coach Wallace is just a maniac in terms of he's on the fitness. That's one thing, I always give credit to Wallace, that his fighters are always fit. He does not lack in, and that's what a coach has to do. Obviously, the technical aspect is there as well, but we know boxing is one of the most demanding sports. I feel the most demanding sport to ever be in. So if your fighters are fit, you've done half the job. Then you've got to work with the rest and the other things and technical stuff, but making sure your fighters are fit, always fit ready. That means you've given them the best, arsenal, the best, criteria, the best ammunition to prepare for war. And I feel he will naturally be fit with that. But I feel if pro boxer could add some body shots against Khallas Karim, just not even have to be heavy body shots, but jabs to the body, like hooks on the body as well, touching the body shots. It will slow down Khallas Karim as he comes forward, because Khallas, once he gets his flow going, he moves at a rapid pace. He might burn out, but if you do ensure with the body shots, you're connecting with the body shots here and there, touching it down, you're always going to slow down your opponent. That's what Adrian had to do to Usyk in the second match. So if you've got an aggressive fighter that's always coming at you, the shots don't always have to land to the body. It's always the effect. If you're hitting the man in the arm, after a while, his hands won't go up no more. Do you know what I'm saying? There's always, they say, like, bang a man in the arm, bang a man in the chest. You need to get a bit aggressive with it. But pro boxer can do that on the outside. It doesn't always have to be mid-range to do it, or stepping in on range. He doesn't have to get in range. He can do it on the outside because Khallas is going to come to him, but that means he will have to employ the back foot boxing, which could technically happen. I feel pro boxers technically gifted enough to do that, but he can mix up the variations. But that's my point. Those are the three methods of victory a pro boxer needs to ensure victory. Work the body shots because it's a 10-rounder. So if you feel Khallas, there's the back and forth. If he does feel Khallas will gas out and everything, that ensures it, that guarantees it. That's just the safety, a little safety. You add the body shots to the tank, and later on it gives dividends. You're always going to get paid back by it, unless if the person's super fit. But you shouldn't rely on that. Keeping it long, as I said, using the range and just using his jab. And that's what I feel will ensure the victory for pro boxer, to be honest. Let us know what you think in the comments below. What do you feel both fighters need to do to ensure the victory? What's their method of victory? Do you think it'll be a stoppage? Do you think it'll be a KO? Do you think it'll be a TKO? Do you feel both men will get dropped? Do you feel they can do the 10 rounds? I know they're going to be fit as hell, to be honest. So 10 rounds is not a joke, even in sparring. If you've ever been in the ring, these things are not a joke. But is your boy King Soul Boxing? Let us know what you think of the video as well. Would you like to see more things? King Soul Boxing, always reporting, always recording, and signing out.